everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Astro Boy and this is going to be the very first video of my channel. So I'm going to start this one a little bit differently. Before we get into the actual game itself, I'm going to introduce myself a little bit. So my name is Astro Boy, or you can call me Katelyn, Kate, or Katie. I am not a woman, I am a femboy, and I have been playing Paradox related games for about 9 years now, I want to say. I started with Crusader Kings 2. And then I eventually got into Europa Universalis, Victoria 2, and now lately I am playing Victoria 3 and Stellaris. Now, I'm relatively new to Stellaris, and I like the kind of game where you play very tall. So that's what I've been doing on Stellaris so far. And I thought that if I'm going to be playing a game like Stellaris more often, then I might as well either be recording it or streaming it. I did try streaming it to Twitch already, and it got mixed success. Sometimes I got on Twitch and I had 15 people watching and chat was extremely active. And then sometimes I got on after that and I had no viewers whatsoever. So I decided that I'm going to give YouTube a shot. So now that I've introduced myself, feel free to introduce yourselves in the comments and I will get to you as quick as I can. In the meantime, we are going to start a new game of Stellaris. I've deleted all of my custom empires except for one. So if we get a new game, we have United Nations of Earth. And yes, there is the original United Nations of Earth, but I have decided to go ahead and remake it in my image. So we are a moral democracy, and I think I'm actually just going to go through each slide individually. So we did take the humanoid species and portrait, specifically the modern human one. And I decided to go with xenophile, pacifist, and egalitarian. We are a moral democracy, and our civic picks are Beacon of Liberty and Free Haven. Our origin is prosperous unification. I know that everybody says that that is the worst one to pick, but I play very suboptimally. I play for fun, not to min-max everything. If we go to next, I have chosen the following traits. We take organic to start with because we're human, but I also took extremely adaptive because Earth is, yeah, while nobody's living in Antarctica or in the middle of a volcano or anything, 6 out of 7, don't even start, 6 out of 7 of the continents have been inhabited. Like, we've had the nomadic hordes in the steppes, we have the people living in the Amazon rainforest, we have people living in the plains, the mountains, everywhere. So I think extremely adaptive is very decent, and it's very helpful for the kind of campaign that I'm going to be doing. I took wasteful because, come on now, you can't help it, but that's just how we are. I did take psychological infertility, and I think that makes sense because if you're in the middle of an active war zone, I think that the thing you're going to have on your mind the least is making babies. So I thought this would be a realistic one to pick. I did take intelligent because, yes, while not every single person on planet Earth is genius level IQ, I'd say there's a decent amount of them. So we could say that intelligence is what propelled us to the stars. Kind of self-explanatory, but you know. And then I did take deviance as well, because there's been a lot of rebellion throughout human history. So I think deviance works out. I did take regular UNE, I took humans UNE, and the ship prefix is UNE. Species name human, species name plural humans, you get the idea. I do have a mod that gives us a lot of different planet types, and I did take the regular continental one for now to start with because, you know, our planet is a regular continental Earth planet, and I took home name Earth, star name Sol, and our starting solar system is the large Sol sector. I did take the original advisor voice. I usually play with xenophile or egalitarian when I'm doing these tall campaigns, but I just decided I'd stick with original for the very first playthrough. And just in case you're a older player and you haven't used original in a while, could be kind of nostalgic. The flag that I went with was this one. This is the human one, which it has the little stars in the circle and then the Roman wreath. And this is very basic, but I chose the circle and then a white background with kind of like a baby blue interior circle. And the city, I took the very futuristic space station kind of color, and then I just took For city, I took reptilian because I think it's the most design and still looks like something that humans could live in. I don't really like the design of this. I just think that this is impractical. Mammalian is really cool as well, but I use mammalian a bit too often, so I decided to go with reptilian this time. There is something to be said about cybernetic, but cybernetic honestly looks a little too grimdark for what we're trying to do. This would be really nice for a corporate kind of playthrough. And Machine City, it looks a little too futuristic. And then there's one more that I really like, the solar punk one, but I don't see it anywhere. Toxoid's okay as well, but not for this kind of playthrough. But there's supposed to be a solar punk. Oh, here it is. The solar punk city looks really nice as well, but again, not for this kind of playthrough. So we're going to take the reptilian city. And then the ship sets, I did take reptilian because it's one of the only ones that actually have color to it. Now that color is very basic because I have the white background on my flag, but you know. And then I did take, for the ruler, we have Katelyn Morgan. That's me. And I didn't change this. You know what? I will change it actually, though. I'm going to change it from Prime Minister to President. We'll say instead of being a parliamentary republic, we're just a regular presidential republic. These are the options I went for my character. And for ruler traits, I went Spark of Genius. So we have that done. Now, this is a playing tall kind of campaign. Since I'm relatively newer to Stellaris, and I like to play with more like cozy vibes, I did take 7 to 15 random AI empires, 2 to 4 advanced AI starts, 2 to 4 fallen empires. I did randomize them. If we go to advanced settings, I have a lot of these lowered, but I'm going to change some of them. So crisis type I have to random and crisis strength of off. You know what? I think I will actually change this to 1 times. It's still going to be a lot easier than a lot of min-maxi players are familiar with, but crisis strength of 1 times for me, I think, is going to be a challenge in and of itself. Fallen Empire strength of 1 times is fine. AI aggressiveness, I'll turn this up to normal. I like having it at low. I'll leave it at low and then maybe come back to it. Logistic growth ceiling, I honestly don't know what this does. I'm just going to leave it where it is at 5 times. Growth required scaling, technology cost, tradition cost, these all stay the same. Difficulty adjusted technology cost, we'll leave that at normal. Naval capacity, command limit, fleet upkeep logistic costs, and planetary deficit logistic costs, they're all at 1 times. Transfer speed stays at fast. Habitable worlds and pre-FTL civilizations and pre-sapient species, I'm going to leave habitable worlds at 1. But honestly, I think there's something to be said for turning pre-FTL and pre-sapients lower. And the reason I say this is because even though it's at 1 time, I have had it several times where I have the 2 guaranteed habitable worlds near me, and they both have pre-FTL civilizations on them, which is a huge pain in my butt. So you know what? I'm not going to turn them off, but I'm going to turn them to 0.5 times, so that way they're rarer. I could still be in a situation where both of my habitable worlds have pre-FTL civilizations on them, but at that point, I'll just have to cope and live with it. Advanced neighbors I do have disabled. If we're going to have advanced species, they're going to be out there in the galaxy. Empire placement is set to random, so this could work in my favor and it could work out in my favor. Abandoned gateways, wormhole pairs are still turned on, and guaranteed habitable worlds are set to 2. Precursors, I have all of them enabled. And then I have all of these turned up all the way to the max because I'd like to play this for as long as possible. If I'm going to be playing a game, I'm going to be playing for the long run. I'm the kind of person who plays Europa Universalis 4 from 1444 to 1812. So this really doesn't matter all that much to me. Marauder Empires I do have turned off. I think that this really just goes outside of the scope of the kind of series that we're trying to do. Randomized Nomadic Empires I have set to 1, although I'm going to randomize it and have it to 0 to 1, so we might see one and we might not. Elgates Caravaneers are enabled, although I might disable the Caravaneers. I'll leave them enabled this time. I don't like the Storms, but I will leave them enabled to give a little bit of challenge. Storm Cooldown, Storm Devastation, all of these are set to 1 times. Void Worms are extremely annoying, and I thought to disable them, but I think I will leave them at 1 times. And then Cthulhuids, I honestly don't think I've seen Cthulhuids so far, so we'll leave them enabled as well. But anyway, that's going to be the setup for this. And we have it set to Broken Cluster, Galaxy Size Huge, because my GPU is a 5070 Ti. It can handle it. Difficulty is set to Ensign, which is the default. And yeah, that's the setup for this, and I will be back once we are ready to play. Okay, prosperous unification. In the eons since the first primitive human communities took shape in the meadows and forests of Earth, our civilization has spread and prospered. As we advanced through the technological ages, we also matured as a species. The violent and base impulses we inherited from our ancestors were done away with, and a global government was formed on the principles of peaceful coexistence. Now, after the discovery of the hyperlane network, the finest minds of the United Nations of Earth have finished development of the first hyperdrives. The stars themselves are finally within our grasp. Begin. Alright, we do have real space enabled as well, but I'm not actually going to do anything with those. And here we go. We have Earth, which has a little bit of a glow to it. And does this actually look like Earth? I don't know if it does if you don't take the... Nope, this is definitely Earth. Okay, look at that. Alright, so this is our little bit of the galaxy. I will go ahead and take my technologies first. We have a first contact event pending as well. We automatically start knowing somebody. That's interesting. I think the game might be a little too loud. I'm going to turn it down to -13 decibels, and that should be easier on the ears. We'll go ahead and take our researches. I'm going to go for administrative AI right off the bat. We are going to do societal unification as well, although there's something to be said for fleet support instantly. You know what, I will take that first because we have no idea when we'll get it again. And then I'm going to take 0G refineries. Alright, let's take a look at our map, and we have 2 potential worlds right off the bat, and our aliens are over here. Okay, so we are in the middle of the outer tier of the galaxy and the inner tier. Duly noted. Let's see what these kind of planets are. There's no black holes near us in our general vicinity. There's something to be said about that as well. So we have a continental world of size 12 and a continental world of size 22. Pretty good start. My last one was better, but we can all get what we want every time. And Magdalena, we are going to send you to here first, and then you're going to survey here. And I'm not going to get a second science ship yet. I might get one if we get an archaeological dig site, but right now I think we're okay. I am going to send our fleet, however. We're going to go to Sirius, and then we are going to go here, 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 and here. Just to see what there is to see in our immediate vicinity. And also, if you don't have a newish computer, you may not be familiar with how fast this game can really go on modern hardware. So it's stuck on the first day for a little bit. And then, so yeah, the very beginning of the game is going to go very quick. There's going to be a lot of pausing for events. And the way I think I want to do it is I want to read every event at least once per campaign. That way, if there's people watching the game who have never seen it before or never played it before, they'll be able to keep up at least to some extent. The United Nations of Earth has finally encountered fellow wanderers among the stars. Whatever the intentions of these aliens, the atmosphere of Earth can best be described as rapturous. At last, someone to bear witness. So we have 3 options. The peaceful option is the existence of life expands our understanding. We get bioreactor. And bioreactor is a facility where organic matter is converted into energy at a highly efficient rate. Which, We could take embrace the bonds of new life. And that gives us xenodiplomacy, which is really good. It unlocks 3 buildings, and it advances our understanding of interactions with and manipulations of the Xeno is a necessary step in forming more permanent interstellar alliances. And then our last one is diversity enriches our collective wisdom, and we get hyperlane breach points. This one is good as well because it gives us automatic resettlement chance. So it's good for our own people. If any of our planets either run out of jobs or the happiness goes too low and those people need to relocate. But it's also good for people you have migration treaties with. But I think in this case, we're going to take xenodiplomacy. And now we can look over here. We can take an empire focus. And since I want to play tall, I'm going to take development, which we're actually already on. So that's good. And then this construction ship, I will have you go ahead and build these 2 mining stations. And then I'm going to buy, let's see, we're just going to wait and gather up some minerals. And then I'm going to be upgrading to get 3 research labs instantly. We want to come out of the gate swinging with technology. And we can keep an eye on the science ship as well. And as this military ship goes up here, we'll be able to see
construction
if there's any more habitable worlds up here. Speaking of habitable world survey. We now know without a doubt that a thriving biosphere is not something unique to Earth. Both the scientific community and the public at large are eager to learn more about the various forms of alien life found throughout the galaxy. Efforts to catalog the life forms we encounter are already underway, but our xenobiologists have urged us to focus our planetary survey efforts on habitable, life-bearing worlds. We could say a commendable initiative and begin a event chain, or we have more important things to focus on and we get a little bit of unity. I do like the unity in the very beginning, but I think we are going to actually do this event chain. So we'll say that. And you're done building down here. No habitable worlds so far, but that's okay. And we now know that you can't actually just cut across here, so we'll do that, and then that, and then that. You go ahead and get up here to build that starbase whenever we're ready. Survey the stars. For millennia, we have looked at the stars.
Log updated.
Thank you, AI. Trying to understand them, but they were always beyond our reach. Now we finally have the technology to do so. Some of our best scientists are eager to go on an expedition to examine the stellar bodies up close. We have already prepared a list of nearby stars of different types that would be best targets to study. So we could say, let's see that list, and it's an event chain, or our best scientists have other important things to do, and we get a little bit of influence. But I'm going to say, let's see that list.
Situation log updated.
Now we could take our first tradition, and the first tradition I think I'm going to take is Discovery, because Discovery gives research alternatives, which is mwah, chef's kiss. It also gives survey speed, science ship disengagement chance, which is amazing. Research subsidies, and gives resource produced from research stations and research from starbase constructions increased by 20%, which is so good. It also gives us polytechnic education. Scientist upkeep and experience gain is meh. Scientist experience gain can actually be a trap if you're low on unity, which we will be at some points of this campaign, but we have to take it to get to entertainment labs, which gives us amenities per 100 researchers. And then research jobs from district specializations plus 20%, which is really nice as well. So really the only bad one here is polytechnic education, and it's not really that bad, it's kind of just meh. So we'll take that first.
Council agenda available.
And then we will wait to start speccing into that. Show me a habitable world, please. Nothing yet. I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to build our first colony ship and send it up to Sirius 3. And we did just scan it. It is 90%. It has hazardous weather. This world suffers from unstable weather patterns, with violent storms frequently appearing out of nowhere to wreak havoc on the surface. It's a moss world, so that sucks, but it's still 90%. Could be a lot worse. And we have our first tradition. I am going to take Science Division first to make the most out of those research alternatives. And we have an anomaly. We are receiving a weak signal from the surface of this planet, Series 4. The source appears to be some kind of tracking beacon. So we'll go ahead and investigate that.
Council agenda ready.
And we have an update from our aliens. It seems our linguists have suffered a major setback in their attempts at codifying the language used by the Psi aliens. Unfortunately, what they had taken to be their language quite simply was not a language. In her report, Envoy Apurva Bandari states that after days of investigating the matter from every angle, the linguist finally concluded that it was in fact probably an attempt at music. So we lose 2 insights. It's only difficulty 6, so I'm surprised she had that. Oh well, it is what it is. Council agenda ready. So we start with infinite opportunities, gives us citizen pop happiness, which is meh, honestly, but we'll take it. And then we have chart the unknown, which is survey speed and anomaly discovery chance. Evolving society, which is monthly unity. Expand the council, which gives us a counselor slot. And we do want to take that as soon as possible. Give and take, faction approval, egalitarian ethics attraction, and faction resource output. Open arms, automatic resettlement destination chance, monthly trade, and xenophile ethics attraction, as well as external recruitable leaders per class. This is so good, but unfortunately there's just no point in taking it until we have migration treaties, which we don't have any yet. Reorganized council allows reselection of unlocked council positions, and we come in peace, border friction, trust cap, naval capacity, and pacifist ethics attraction, as well as every non-genocidal plus 25 trust. So we are going to take Chart the Unknown to survey and claim as quick as possible. And our colony ship is almost done. Ancient Survey Marker. A small short-range transmitter has been located at the surface of Sirius 4. It appears to be an ancient survey marker, placed here eons ago to mark a large deposit of precious metals. The miners it was meant for evidently never arrived, as the deposit is still here. So we get an ancient mining transmitter, and we get 4 more minerals to this system.
System survey complete.
You just finished scanning that. I was wondering when you would. We have a volcanic world up here, which we can't actually do anything with for colonizing yet, but we could look towards terraforming that in the future. So I'm going to build another colony ship next month, and we'll go ahead and build that. We have that system surveyed. Available leader traits. So our head of research and our scientist is ready to be leveled up. Anomaly discovery chance is always really nice, so I will give you meticulous too. And that is our big one.
Complete.
This volcanic world is big as well, but Okay, traditions available. We will take to boldly go for survey speed. Can never have enough of that. And we can see 61 Cygni, but there's nothing colonizable here. You're not doing anything now, so you go here, 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 and then here, as well as here, and see if there's any more colonizable worlds for us. President Katelyn Morgan is leveled up. So I'm going to give them Spark of Genius because of research speed, but we also have Mining Rush, which is minerals from jobs, and Champion of the People, which is happiness. I'm going to take Spark of Genius so we can get more gooder research faster. And I'm going to go ahead and get to work on those research labs. I'm going to make 3 of them right off the bat. The Yut Empire. We have recovered artifacts from an ancient alien civilization on Alpha Centauri 5A. Our scientists think they inhabited this region of stars roughly 6 million years ago, based on the age of the artifacts. The aliens called themselves the Yut, or Ute, and appear to have been a very large and flat arthropod analog. It seems that a single individual could reach a length of nearly 100 meters as an adult, and it was apparently exceedingly rare for more than 2 or 3 Yut, or Ute, to travel aboard the same starship. So we'll say interesting, and we begin a precursor event chain, as well as getting 50 minor artifacts. Very nice. Can't build those mining stations yet, but we do also have this. We have not yet been able to determine the origin of the mysterious spacecraft we spotted in the Caravan system. Since this is likely our first contact with a previously unknown alien civilization, we must avoid any actions that could be misinterpreted as threatening or provocative. If their language is translated, we can hopefully establish a peaceful relationship with them. So, nothing good and nothing bad. The difficulty jumped up to hell, which is not great, but it just means it'll take longer. I'm not really worried about anything other than that. You can go ahead and colonize Sirius 3 if you please, and because I'm very original, we're just not going to rename the planet. Ooh. Wait a minute. I might have accidentally told them to stop doing that. Okay. We have 2 more level ups. Minister of State, I will give you Fertility Preacher, which is pop growth speed and food from jobs, or Trade Focus, which is trade from jobs, but this is a sector person. So I'm going to say Fertility Preacher. We could never do bad by getting more people. Jin Kong, Minister of Defense. Counselor Naval Capacity plus 5%. Early game is just doesn't matter at all. But Roamer doesn't matter because you're not leading a fleet, I don't think. No, you are. Okay. Evasion chance and sublight speed. I'll give you Roamer. Why not?
Colonization in progress.
Commander gains trait. Following her recent sensor sweep of the coach hub system, Commander Zhen Kong has learned how to deploy her units to maximize their sensor range. Few fleet commanders possess the skill to carry out such complex maneuvers. So she's gotten Scout as well. Sublight speed, ship hyperlane detection range, and time spent missing in action. Duly noted. And we also discovered a desert world. We're not going to be able to do much with that, and it is tiny, but it's something to keep in mind for the future. The first human colony. Our colony ship has gently touched down at the mouth of a large river delta on one of the continents on Sirius Prime. This temperate, forested area will provide shelter and easy access to raw materials. The ship has been converted into a reassembled ship shelter to serve as headquarters, and its reactor core removed to act as the colony's temporary power source. Tents filled with construction materials alongside prefab shelters have sprung up around the ship's hull as colonists disembark, marking the first human city on an alien world. So we can see our colony will thrive in peace and harmony. We get consumer goods gain and pacifist ethics attraction for 20 years. Embracing diversity will strengthen our colony. We get energy credits and xenophile ethics attraction for 20 years. Or, as in our homeworld, equality will shape this colony. We get food and egalitarian ethics attraction plus 100%. I don't necessarily like any of these, but I think the consumer goods are going to be the best. So we'll go ahead and take that. Okay. What do we have here? 90% again. Unstable tectonics. The world has very unstable plate tectonics and is prone to massive earthquakes and volcanic activity. Well, that blows, but not really much we can do about it. I'll go ahead and move over here and get ready to build the starport here. And then I guess we're going to check all of these for resources. There could potentially be a habitable world in one of these systems, but I kind of doubt it. Okay, empire size is already 70. I think it did go up 20 from our new colony, and it's going to go up even more with this one. Although this one is smaller.
Anomaly found.
And we get a new anomaly. Proxima Centauri B's peculiar orbit around its red dwarf star renders the planet tidally locked and potentially worthy of further investigation. So we'll go ahead and investigate that. And new tradition available. We will take databank uplinks for the research subsidies. And as a matter of fact, I think we go ahead and just take them now. Let's go to government, open edicts. Research subsidies is 21 unity. So the way this works is we have an edicts fund. If you are under your edicts fund capacity, it doesn't actually cost you any unity. Since this one would be 21, then it would cost us 1 per month, and it costs us a flat 21 to start. So we do need a little more unity. I just have to wait 1 more month, and now we can take research subsidies. And as you can see, yeah, it's only using 1 unity, so we're still making a profit of 17 every month. Now this gives us upkeep increase per physicists, biologists, and engineers in trade, but look at the efficiency that we get from it. Really nice. Really nice indeed. As a matter of fact, we can go ahead and look at our technology. So yeah, they're going a lot faster now with that combined with our research stations. Proxima Centauri B. For as long as we humans have been able to look to the stars for new homes, Proxima Centauri B has been a naive dream, a place we would look to with optimism, a new home. Sadly, as our telescopes got better, we realized that the planet would probably be a tidally locked, frozen hellscape, a theory which we have confirmed today. There is hope, however. This world has all the building blocks necessary for a habitable planet. It just needs a slight push. So we can say thank you for inspiring us, Proxima Centauri B. This is unique to that actual planet. And it gives us 206 unity gained, and it becomes a terraforming candidate. And this happens either way. Or we can just say another exoplanet added to our growing list. We'll say thank you for inspiring us. Okay.
System survey complete.
And I was just about to ask when you'd be done here, but now we know. We do have some things to research, so I'm going to go ahead and get that second science ship. And I will send you down here to survey. You can go ahead and build that outpost. And I will get some minerals so that you can start building up things around here. Especially with that 8 society research every month. Oh my goodness, that's good. Okay, UV study has no habitable worlds, but hopefully it has some good resources. So you're going to build the research stations here and then the mining stations. That's going to cost us 1,000 minerals,
complete.
which is nuts, but it is what it is. And you are done, so I am going to start sending you in this direction. Here, 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 here. That should be good for now. We got our 0G refineries. Let's go ahead and take ceramo metal or improved Corvette hulls. I think improved Corvette hulls, honestly. We'll go ahead and take that. Dunkishan. And
found.
we have a new anomaly. That is precursor civilization stuff, and it takes 2,400 days. We're going to leave that be for now. We'll go ahead and take this new scientist. And let's see. Survey speed, sublight speed, daily hull regen, and daily armor regen. For a scientist, that's kind of weird. Anomaly research speed, and archaeology excavation speed. Well, if I'm going to have you do the precursor stuff, then I might as well take that. So we'll go ahead and take this Zhang He person, and I can actually upgrade this to even more anomaly research speed, which I think I will do. So we're going to do this star up here, then this star down here, and then we are going to do that difficulty 10 anomaly. Might as well. I don't have anything else for you to do right now. And I will have you start colonizing Alpha Centauri 1A. Colonize Alpha Centauri Prime, because I'm so original. And we have found, volatile moons. I thought it was Rome. The UNE Sojourner discovered a previously unknown strategic resource dubbed volatile motes in the UV SETI system. They contain immense energy, with applications ranging from energy production and fuel to explosives. We cannot extract this resource yet, but we could establish control over the system for future exploitation. We are sure to find more of these types of resources as we continue to explore the galaxy, each with unique proprietaries, properties, and applications. Potentially useful. So ZR-72, I'm assuming is an asteroid belt, has one volatile mote.
Colony established.
Alright, I did get administrative AI. Let's go ahead and take 0G laboratories for resources produced from research stations. I would have liked to have automated colony ships first, but we've already started colonizing, so a little bit too late for that. We'll take our 0G refineries.
System survey complete.
And we're done surveying this already. That was fast. Okay, go ahead and survey over here in Barnard Star. And then once you're done doing all of that, you can come down here and build the starbase. There is something to be said for making another construction ship, but I think we'll be okay with just the one for now. And we are at a slight deficit on consumer goods. So we will do 2 civilian industries next. And I'll go ahead and just buy some more minerals so we don't run out from our construction ship. I'm not too worried about alloys for now. No reason to be building up a giant fleet yet. K-class star studied. Just as we expected, the radiation spectrum of the star is very conducive to carbon-oxygen life similar to us. The zone of perfect planetary conditions is wide. We should look for those stars in the future as they tend to have the highest potential for having colonizable planets. So we say, okay, get a surveyed star and society and physics research. Very good. We will go ahead. We have 5 options. I need to go ahead and take... Okay, Embassy Complex gives us available envoys, politician jobs, and politicians turn consumer goods into unity and amenities. This building forms the heart of the Empire's diplomatic efforts. Due to the need to be close to the seat of government, it can only be built at our capital. You know what, since our people are rebellious, I think it would actually make roleplay sense for us to take societal unifications later. Not waiting too long, but I think it would make some sense if we didn't take it immediately. We'll take Xeno Diplomacy. And with that, I think we are going to close out the first episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed the first video on my channel. I'm really super duper nervous about putting this out because I have no idea what I'm doing, and I don't know if the audio sounds good and everything, and I don't know how I sound on the microphone. So I'm a little nervous, Don't go too hard on me in the comments, but if you have some constructive criticism, I'm always willing to listen. I don't read from a script or anything. I don't do too much editing. I like to keep things feeling as personal as possible, so that even if I don't get a large audience, I can get a active audience. So if you did enjoy it, please make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.